Hi everyone, and welcome to 164 Diecast. In our video today, we are looking at the Hot Wheels Red Line Club exclusive single 1969 Chevy Camaro SS. This highly detailed 1/64th scale car was an exclusive to members of the Mattel Red Line Club and could only be purchased online through the club. The car color is Spectraflame Steel Blue. Released on June 27, 2023, this casting had an opening hood that reveals a detailed LT4 engine. Some early packaging mistakenly listed it as an LS9. The Mattel product number is HNL21. You can see this car on the Mattel Red Line Club website at and find additional information about this casting here. The 2023 Red Line Club exclusive 1969 Chevy Camaro SS is a standout pro touring take on the classic muscle car. This version is the fourth release of this specific modern casting, which was originally designed by Brendon Vetuskey. Unlike the standard 69 Camaro castings, this Red Line Club version is modeled after a pro touring build. This means it features a lower, more aggressive stance and a modern drivetrain. Essentially, a classic body with a 21st century supercar internals. The steel blue finish is often praised for its stealthy but premium look compared to the louder neon colors of previous releases. While the Hot Wheels Red Line Club version is a pro touring beast, the real 1969 Chevy Camaro SS is often cited by car enthusiasts as the absolute peak of the first generation Camaros. Even though it was part of the first generation from 1967 to 1969, the 69 model was heavily restyled. It was made to look wider and flatter, with deep-set crease lines running from the wheel wells. It's often considered the best-looking Camaro because of this heavy-shoulder stance. The Super Sport was the performance-oriented trim, and in 1969, choosing the SS package gave you a choice between a 350 cubic inch 5.7-liter V8 producing 300 horsepower or the massive 396 cubic inch 6.5-liter big block V8 that could pump out up to 375 horsepower. You got non-functional velocity stack hood intakes, those chrome trim vents on the hood, and the iconic SS badging on the grille and gas cap. Rounding out the upgrades was a heavy-duty suspension and power front disc brakes, which were still a bit of a luxury at that time. This specific Red Line Club Hot Wheels casting is a pro touring build. In the real world, this is a popular customization trend where owners take a classic 1969 body and swap out the old technology for modern performance. A stock 69 SS would have a carbureted big block. This Hot Wheels casting has a supercharged LT4, which is the same high-tech engine found in the modern Corvette Z06 and the Cadillac CT5V Blackwing. It's a fuel-injected, produces roughly 650 horsepower engine, and is significantly more reliable than the original 1960s engines. The 69 Camaro isn't just a car, it's a movie star. It has appeared in everything from Fast and Furious to Better Off Dead and Transformers. Because of this, it remains one of the most expensive and sought-after cars at auctions like Barrett-Jackson, with mint-condition SS models often selling for over $100,000. For the original Camaro SS, if you wanted the factory look but wanted the maximum power that a pro touring build has, you had to mention the Copo 9561. Chevy dealers of the 60s, like Don Yenko, realized they could use a Central Office Production Order, or COPO, to bypass Chevy's internal rule against putting engines larger than 400 cubic inches in mid-size cars. When you ordered the car this way, they stuffed the L72 427 cubic inch 7.0 liter V8 into the 69 Camaro. It looked like a standard car, but packed 425 horsepower straight from the factory. Today's Chevrolets from this era, authenticated to be actual Yenko badge cars, such as the Camaro and the Chevy Nova, are highly sought after and bring the highest bids at high-end car auctions such as the Barrett-Jackson. While this Red Line car features Spectraflame Steel Blue paint and looks incredible under the lights, a purist would know that the closest 1969 factory colors were Dusk Blue, Code 51, or Le Mans Blue, Code 71. I hope you enjoyed this look at one of the most sought-after cars, as well as Hot Wheels castings ever created. And, as always, thank you for stopping by 164 Diecast. And we will see you on the next video.